Let's make a meal. The practical chef, Craig Nassar, is here, and today we are making flank steak, but it's not just any grilled flank steak.
No.
It is stuffed.
This is a stuffed one. It's a beautiful, beautiful, oh, this is a great piece of meat, and with the stuffing in it, it's terrific.
Well, it's always a good sign when people in the building come into the studio saying,
they've been coming in. What's that
smell?
smell? Yeah.
So,
I want to say hello to my friend Gina.
yes, and Gina's my
biggest fan.
Yes, she is your biggest fan, the girl that watches every show.
Yep,
doesn't miss a beat.
this is where we board our dogs at Patience Dog Training, and every time I go out there with the dogs, we have spend a little time together. So she loves watching my show, which is great. So thank you. Anyway, so here's the flank steak. Now, people, you asked me earlier about like how hard is it to
right, because the cut is so thin, and I would think it would be difficult to slice it in order to stuff it.
Right, and it really, it's just a time-consuming thing more than anything. And what you would do is this. I've already cut this one, but I'm going to show you real quick. You would cut down one side so you have a flat piece over here.
Okay.
Then what you want to do is you start your knife like so, and you just start slowly working it and peeling back. And then slice a little more and peel back like so, and then work your way through gently and just keep peeling back. And you will, if you keep the knife fairly flat
and your hand flat,
and your hand
then
flat,
you can prevent
cutting and cutting yourself.
Next thing you know, I come in with a big bandage around
When
my
you
hand.
make this for your parents, have your husband do the cutting.
Gotcha. Okay, note to self.
So once you have it all cut open like so.
Okay.
What I did here is I have some sauteed, it's onions, it's pepperoncinis, garlic, then you put a little fresh thyme and some Italian seasoning in there. Now you don't want to over caramelize this, and what I mean, you don't want to, when you caramelize it, the more you caramelize your onions, the sweeter they're going to taste.
Right.
So you want to cook them well, but you don't want to over caramelize.
And, I'm sorry, did you say you just put that in olive oil?
Just a little olive oil, yep, okay. And you want to put that, and you want to let it cool before you put it in here. So we put it inside the flank steak, like so. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little layer of tomatoes on there. Layer them in there. I'll leave a little piece here because you don't like the tomatoes. Okay. So then we're going to put some panko breadcrumbs. Now what the breadcrumbs are in there for is actually the breadcrumbs are going to absorb some of that little extra liquid in there so that it's not going to run. So it's, and it doesn't add any flavor. I mean, it doesn't. It's more of a texture thing, but it's more to absorb some of that liquid that's in there. So then you want to put on some provolone, some nice provolone, and then you want to give it some fresh basil on here. Okay. Now the idea with this is you put your meat over like so. You want to flatten it a little bit. Now to hold this together, you're going to take your wooden skewers and you kind of.
Will we have wanted to have soaked those?
These you don't really need to soak because they're not really. You're only going to use a couple of them. If you want, you could soak them. It's fine. Yeah, but that's good because normally we do. You're right. And then you want to kind of like knit this through to hold the meat together. Okay.
So we have about 140 left.
Okay. So you would do this side and this side as well with a skewer, and then you want to put it on the grill. You would season it with some salt and pepper.
Okay.
And you would put it on the grill, and you want to season this side.
So almost like you're sewing it shut. You want to do
correct.
All the
you want to seal it up so that all the cheese and stuff just doesn't come running out. Okay. So then what we're going to do, what I have here is I have one done for us.
All right.
Always, as we always talk about, let your meat rest after it's cooked, so that it's better to let it rest for about 5 or 6 minutes before you slice it.
Okay.
Otherwise, the juices are just going to run right out of it. So if you let it rest for a little while, it holds those juices into the meat.
All right. I'm going to bring John over.
Okay, come on over, John.
Just in time.
Come on over. All right. Now, the other thing when you're working with flank steak or any kind of meat that you're cutting is the grain of the meat's running this way, and you can see that.
Yes.
You always want to cut against the grain.
Why is that?
Because if you cut with the grain, it's going to make the meat really chewy and it's not very appetizing. You cut against the grain, it's a much more tender way to eat it.
Huh.
Okay? So then what you want to do is you want to slice this. And we're going to see some of this. You're seeing some of the stuffing in there now. Like so.
I love filling in for Rob on a Monday.
Yeah.
All right. John, why don't you...
Okay.
Oh, we're going to do this right. We got to get it on a roll.
You want it on a roll?
We only have 20 seconds.
Okay,
so
we're going to put it on the roll real quick. Let's go.
Let's do it.
I want to be able to try one of these too. So, what do you think?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
all those flavors in there, and it's stuffed.
Oh,
Now,
that's great.
this could have rested a little bit longer, but because, you know, because we're in such a short shot, if this had rested a little longer, it would have sliced a little bit better, and it would have held together a little bit more.
That's terrific.
But
great.
it's really good, and you could eat this. I just did it with some, I was going to serve it on a plate, but I just did it with some baked French fries.
Remember, you can find the recipe for the grilled stuffed flank steak on our website. That's KVOA.com. And we'll be right back.